what it's gonna be. But when you see yourself with a like me on the low low, so your friends don't know. See, how deep is your love for me? Tell me what it's gonna be. And when you see yourself with a like me on the low low, so your friends don't know. Say, how deep is your love for me? Tell me what it's gonna be. Hey, and when you see yourself with a like me on the low low, so your friends don't know. See, yeah, how deep is your love for me? Hey, tell me what it's gonna be. And when you see yourself with a like me on the low low, so your friends don't know. See,
Hey, we in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. This is the official first episode to the Two T's and a Pod podcast, and I'm kicking it with none other than my girl,
Todd.
Ty, and she's a mother.
Oh yeah, the pie. Shout out to it's a vibe, thank you for my little Bucky hat.
Man, that's fly. I see you today. That dress. I'm bringing it. When you see this X, that means I'm here to multiply. That's what multi stands for. And I go by the name of multi. I'm here to multiply, bring purpose, be about my father's business, and to make sure that I am being productive and progressive. So that's what you see this was what that's about. All right, so we're going to jump straight in. And again, y'all, man, we want to recap from the pilot episode. We got a lot of love.
A lot of love.
A lot of participation, a lot of shares, reels, and wow, people have really showed up, and we want to thank you guys. We got some great analytics from it. We got some feedback, and we even had a little back and forth on TikTok. Yeah. It got pretty interesting, and I had to shut it down because it was distracting from the message. And these are growing pains. And so because it was distracted from the message, I took it down because I wanted the message to be focused on, not sidebar. And it's to a degree now I'm like, oh, you got to watch the comments because it could go left really quick. So I had to shut it down. I had to delete some comments. But the most important thing was the message was understood.
Oh, yeah.
And there was some pressure like, where is episode 2?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's the
Where's
love.
episode 2? I was like, oh, okay. Well, but life has been lifing. And just to hold ourselves accountable, here we are. So with that being said, again, thank y'all so much for showing up on the pilot episode and for the pilot episode. And did you have a good time?
I had a great time. I mean, the love has been real. The accountability has been real. Like when I've had different people tap in with me, they like, no, how you really doing? They're like, remember what you said on your podcast? How are you really doing?
How you really doing? I check in with your strong friend, but how are you for real? And speak from a place of transparency. And yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so yeah, that was
big ups to your accountability, to your tribe, first of all.
Yeah,
big ups to your tribe.
Thank you. And again, thank you to TGN for hosting us. Dope space.
Thank you so much, Keith. We appreciate you.
Always.
You were such a professional, and we love the space. Check it out if you haven't. Go ahead and see his space. He has a great setup there. But today we are at the Hub Radio.
CPT dollar with my
$8 dipping in my quantity. Ping. Yay! With none other than Hub City Dre. We want to thank you for having us, Hub City Dre. You are again a professional, and we just want to kick it off and just make sure we keep that standard up and respect the space that we're in and give you guys love and thank you guys for having us. So today's episode is called How Deep Is Your Love? That's why we came in with the Cisco. And that note, that's a note to hold. I was holding it though. I was holding it to the best of my ability. But how deep is your love? And what is love?
What is love?
Yeah. We asked that question to a few folks over online, and we got some feedback and some comments. We'll tap into that later. Yeah. But it's one of the things that we wanted to explore. Well, what is love? Valentine's Day is coming up.
Black Love Day,
Black Love Day is coming up. Yeah, show them the shirt. Show the shirt.
The shirt says, respect, protect, love the black woman.
Okay.
Black love.
Understood.
My black brother, I love you. I will never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'll care for you forever. True, because you're my All right. Yes.
Just speaking up on love, right?
Yeah.
Love in general. Because now we're breaking it down because we know Valentine's Day is usually that romantic love. But not everyone is in a romantic love. So
Right.
instead of being salty as the sea, let's explore those other forms of love because you can still appreciate Valentine's Day if you're not in a romantic relationship because there's other forms of love.
There's so many forms of love. I mean, one thing is like, what do we know? We know love is patient. Love is kind.
Come on now.
You know, love is slow to anger. Love holds no records of wrong. That don't mean that love is not gonna hold you accountable. Love just holds no records of wrong. You know, it's not gonna hold it under your head.
Beat you over the head with it.
Yeah, it's just gonna hold you accountable. So, of course, that's from the Bible.
Yes, 1 Corinthians 13, 4 to 13.
Yep.
It's a strong scripture. We're gonna come back to that scripture too because that scripture kept coming up too in a few comments in response to what is your definition of love. And of course that covers it all for me. Like when you say everything, to me is everything. So
that's what I based my like relationship on, whether it's like romantic or platonic or, you know, family. I just go to that scripture and I mirror it. I'm like, okay, is this a patient love? You know, this kind. So yeah, but I'm eager for you to drop down the different types of love.
Yes,
break it down.
I'm gonna break it down. So we know the romantic love, and that's called eros, and that is where the word erotic comes from. It comes from eros love. It's the romantic. It's a romantic, passionate love, and that's the love you see displayed all on Valentine's Day. And then there's philia, there's brotherly love. That's what I thought. That's what, when I see you, that's my A1. Yeah, you all right with me? You all right with me? That's how I see time. I'm like, it's not good with me, man.
And then that's kind of like, that goes into like how groups to like women celebrate like Valentine's Day with my gals, my girlfriends. So that falls under that, like what you just said.
Yeah, a brotherly type of love.
And then the bros could have
close.
Bros could do something together for Valentine's Day.
Yes, and it's not gay. I keep seeing these things that anytime black men have tried to brunch, for men, period, men can't brunch, they can't wear sandals, they can't frolic.
Listen, y'all better frolic together.
Y'all better leave these men alone and let them be.
Y'all better go to brunch, you know, go get some pedicures together.
And mimosas. Yes, you can have a mimosa, sir, and a sundae too if you want to. Yeah. That doesn't emasculate you. Okay, that's another conversation. See, that's what started the first controversy in the comments. So we talked about philia love, which is that brotherly love, and then there's storge. And that's the love of parents or for children. So there's that love, mother to child or parent to parent, parent to child, or yeah, you get what I'm trying to catch my drift.
Gotcha.
And then there's agape love, which is the love of mankind, that unconditional love. And that's the love that God loves us with, is that agape love. Man, it's perfect love. So with that being said, now that we broke that down, if you are not with someone that day, you could have any of those other forms of love. And there's another one I want to add, self-love.
Oh, for sure.
Do something for you. If you don't have none of that, you can always take care and pour into you. Take you out to dinner.
Better. Listen, you better.
Get you fly. You know, treat you good.
Go by yourself.
Go all out for you.
Yeah.
Why does you deserve it? Why not? If you can't love you, who can? Because we look like, how can you base your standard on love on what it is if you don't know how to love yourself?
Wait, T. You said if you can't love you, who can?
Yes.
That's the root of a lot of. That's the root.
You have to know what love is for yourself and what it is to be able to give it or receive it. And I'm not talking about any of the in between that appears as love, because there's a lot that it'll look like love.
Pretenders.
It'll be but if it's transactionally based, I do this for you, you do this for me. Then I do this, I scratch my back, you scratch mine. That can only go so far. Because then what if I'm not able to scratch your back? Now we arguing.
Right.
Now you mad.
Right.
Now all you do is do all this for me and all. Now it's a fight. No, that's not love.
Yeah, and I'm going to tap into your point. You got to love yourself and know what that is for yourself. So when love comes and shows up for you, you don't run from it or you don't hide yourself from it, you know? So that's why you have to have a deep love for yourself. So you know that you're deserving of this person being kind to you.
That's
you know,
right.
You're deserving of this person's love and patience.
That's right.
So self-love is the root of all love.
Come on now.
It is.
Is it? Because, I mean, how can you know any other form? So even if you were reading like 1 Corinthians, right? 13, like say, okay, it says, love is patient, love is kind, it is not envy, it is not boast, it is not proud, it is not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongdoings. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails. So just imagine applying that not only to others, but yourself as well. Not keeping record of your wrongdoings, not beating yourself up, not self-abuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes a lot of the habits that we have, what we do to ourselves, can be
Abusive.
It could be abusive. So tap in with that love for yourself.
I challenge. Well, this will probably drop after Valentine's Day, but daily, weekly. Love yourself, treat yourself. Go take yourself to get a pedicure. Go treat yourself to your favorite dessert or your favorite, dinner or lunch. Treat yourself.
And not only should you treat yourself often, you should take time daily for yourself, just by yourself, you time, away from others, where you can just pour back into you, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you're always pouring out but not pouring back in, there's an imbalance. So with that being said, let me ask you this, Ty. What have you learned from love? And it could be something that's either negative or positive. What is something that you've learned from love?
That's good. I learned from love. I've learned a lot from love. I've learned a lot of good things. I learned what it's not. I've learned what it's not, but I definitely know what it is. And since I know what it is, like, I feel like, I'm a lover girl. For real. I'm a lover girl to the T. So, like, I know what love is. Like I said earlier, I've been through, like, negative types of love. But most importantly, like, positive, like my mom, my mother, R.I.P., like, that was my first, form of love. My mother was so loving, and she instilled that in me. And so that's why I say I'm a lover girl, because I know how to love. Like, love is not controlling. Love is not manipulative. And, like, love is not transactional. Love is unconditional. And I could say that's, what I know from me, and, seeing, like, different things on TV, like, the Huxtables. And another couple for me is, like, Ruby Dee and, like, Ossie Davis. Like, their love, like, that was love. So that's what I know love to be. In the Bible, of course. That's what I know. I know God to be love. Yeah. What about yourself?
My grandmothers.
Yeah.
My grandmothers, when I was younger, my great-grandmother was just... It didn't matter if I got in trouble or what. It was her and my grandfather. They just loved me. They would pick me up unconditional. Like, I would get in trouble, they would still be there. And they would always show up. And they were like embodiments for me of what I have come love to be. And they just were awesome. They were just cool. And just having that experience, it was like, okay, I know that this can be something that I can do with my kids one day, if I have kids. But it's something that I looked forward to when I was with them. And it left the imprint, something you could remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also with music as well. Being able to listen to those songs that make you feel something, like Lenny Williams, "'Cause I Love You."
Okay.
It made me just, think about, like, the feeling of it. But we're going to switch it up right now. Remember, we're always working on how to get the show better. How can we make it better? Like, how can we add to it? What can we take away from it? And one of the things that we're introducing are more segments. So we have a new segment that's called Straight From My Timeline. And this segment is basically a question and answer thing where I post a question up on my timeline and we are going to read some of the responses. So this time, we asked the question and it was kind of loaded to some. Some said it was too deep. I'm still waiting on a few replies. And there were some people that was like, circle back to me, but they replied. I appreciate them because they didn't have to.
But wait, but you said a lot of people said that it's too deep.
Yes.
I mean, love is deep. Love is not shallow. Love is deep, you know?
Yeah.
Love is not shallow. So, I mean, hey, maybe that just wasn't their question to answer.
I mean, ooh. You know?
No shade.
No shade at all. But yeah, for some, they just couldn't answer it. But I asked the question because we're approaching this love holiday. I didn't give context, of course, because I just wanted natural reactions. I like things natural. I don't like scripted. And like, even to a degree, like, even though we have a format, this thing could go left at any time. And that's what we're trying to keep in motion so we can be professionals. Professionals and make sure that we're keeping the time. So this segment is called Straight From My Timeline, and we asked basically, what is your definition of love? And this first reaction is from our guy.
Okay, I know you're talking about.
Alan.
Okay.
Alan.
All right.
Because even though you didn't know I had sent it, he responded. He was like, yeah, send it to Alan. And it was already sent to him. But shout out to Alan.
Shout out to Alan. See, I told her. Send it to him. You know.
Coach Mitchell and what he's doing over there with his basketball program, man. Shout outs to you. Awesome work. So he responded and said, love is pain. Love is sacrifice. Love is action. Love is listening. Love is caring when you're not in the best mood. Love is unselfish. Love is peace in another's presence with no words.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I knew it was important because you made a statement, and I want to make sure that everyone out there knows you wanted to make sure we got both male and female perspective. Sure, yeah. Because that is true. We wanted a balance. Like, of course, I knew there was going to be females that responded, and I always appreciate that. But well, let's hear the guys and what they have to say. So the next guy I have is from school, actually. His name is Tho. And shout out to Tho. He got some really dope music. I'm playing him into on this as well. He said, I think real love is like magnets. You have your positive sides and your negative sides. Some connections can be weak and slide a little, and some won't connect at all. For the love to be real, the connection has to be tight.
For the love to be real, the connection has to be tight. That's good. I like that. I'm going to store that in the cranium. For the love to be real, the connection has to be tight. For real, because on another episode, like, we're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss the difference between a connection and the difference between an attachment. And a lot of people get those two confused because you can be attached to somebody and it's negative. Like,
yeah.
We talked about that. We tapped into it a little bit in the pilot. Trauma bonds. We'll circle back on that, but I'm glad he said you have to have a connection because you got to have a base. Mm-hmm. You got to have a baseline.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Something to stand on. I like that. Mm-hmm. This next one is from my man's Arnold Barnaby, and his one is, he says, love is but a 4-letter word to describe a feeling that no other word can describe. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that? He put some other stuff too, but that was the top answer he gave.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah. Can we tap into like what a woman said?
Female?
Yeah.
We can get the female perspective. Oh,
a woman's perspective.
A woman?
Yeah.
A woman perspective? Okay, hold on.
Don't beat me up.
I'm gonna edit that out anyway. Y'all not about to gang up on me. All right, hold on. Okay, so we have.
I think well, while TD is you read surfing,
I really had this
surfing through these comment. The podcast is about, music and mental health. So making sure that you stay tapped into your mental health, moving your body, you know, not staying stagnant. And if you need somebody to talk to, reaching out. There is an app called Timely Care, and it's 24/7 access to like a therapist or just different coaches if you know, need to get some things off your chest, or if you want to actually go to therapy. Therapy is very
Yes.
yeah, but we'll circle back on that. But look for the link for that in our description and tap into it. It's a really good mental health resource.
Yes. And thank you for plugging that in. We always want to make sure we add that highlight because this show is also about wellness. We tap into the creativity all the time, but we want the main focus to be on getting well and using the creativity to do that. That's a good way to bridge the gap and to collaborate the two. So the female perspective, I have a woman's perspective. I have a woman's perspective on the definition of love. She says, this is my girl, Michelle. Shout out to you, Mai. She says, I used to have a definition for what I thought it was, but as I've gotten older, I understand what I thought it was a fantasy. It's definitely living in day-to-day with ups and downs, weathering storms together, and understanding it's not always about winning or losing.
Oh, it's not. I agree. I agree. It's not. If you trying to see who's right, and it's not about winning the battle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's about coming to an understanding, because it's also like a thing. I always go back to like my toolbox. Like you see things from different angles, like a 6 and a 9. When you're playing Uno, you're trying to decipher, is this a 6 or a 9? And just depending on your perspective or your angle, you may see a 6, but I'm looking at a 9. So it is about perspective. It's not about who's right or who's wrong. It's about, okay, let me understand your point of view. This is mine, and let's come to like a common ground. Like, and sometimes you just gotta agree to disagree,
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. All right. Thank you for the time.
Yo, shout out to the timeline again. Y'all amazing. Y'all participate, like, and sharing, and we're gonna keep that energy going. What's the next thing on the list?
All right. So I already plugged the mental health resource. Yeah. We care. Please tap into that. I've used it. It is great. I'm a big advocate for therapy. Like, not only do I give it, but I receive it myself, because it's important. Like, you have to release. You have to have someone to talk to. I feel like it's such a huge stigma on going to therapy, but it's very healing. It may not be for everybody, but don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah. Oh, now I got it. Added that. Yes. And if you cannot do therapy at this moment, find a therapeutic that is right for you. There are so many various therapeutics that you can do. There's exercise, there's painting, there's stretching, there's walking, whatever it is. I encourage everyone.
Yoga.
Figure out what your thing is and start doing it. You can build up to therapy, because really all that is just overcoming the stigma.
Yeah.
Because it can be a beneficial tool. So with that being said, we're going to switch it over to the next segment. Now.
You ready? The next segment is TWT, Twist Your Tie.
Uh-oh.
Twist Your Tie.
Hey.
All right, anyway.
Break it down.
So you have 10 seconds,
Yeah.
and you have 10 words.
Okay.
You have to either sing or rap a lyric to the word that I gave you.
Okay.
All right, you ready? All right.
Yes.
First word, cry.
Lady, I will cry for you tonight.
All right, you got a point. Heart.
Spell it.
HEART. Don't mess with your time.
You know I'm gonna break my heart.
Okay. All right. Another point. Leave. LEAVE. Leave.
If you leave. Wait. Oh, he's leaving. Home at midnight.
Yo, I was ready. All right, another point.
Real close.
All right, next word.
Kiss. You don't have to be beautiful to turn.
Come on, you gotta do things right. Okay.
right, that's what I got.
You're good. All right. Lip. L-I-P.
Lip. Oh,
2, 1.
he got me on lip.
Dang. See? All right. You could have popped in with, purple kisses from the dream. That's lip is in there.
Wait, it said lip.
Yeah, lip.
Okay.
Lip. Come on now.
Oh, and now if I would have known that, I would have threw that out there.
You a lie. Anyway, next. Next.
No, go ahead. I
All
gotta take my shot.
right,
Go
real
ahead.
quick. All right.
Fair.
All right, real quick. And then
Tell me about it.
we're gonna hit you. So you're like. Oh, I should have poured it before, but it's all good. Go for it. Hurry up.
Bottoms up.
Boom. I should pour you up another one, so I don't think you're gonna get through these others. Booty. B-O-O-T-Y.
Trying to get to you and that booty. Trying to get to you and that booty. Sorry, the shot was still going down. Go ahead. The next one.
All right, hug.
4, 3, 2.
Oh man, why did I have the biggest blank? It's gonna bother me because I know a song with Hug, but I cannot think of a song with Hug right now. Okay.
Next song. Mirror.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror.
Okay.
I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer.
Okay. All right, next word. Lick. L-I-C-K.
Licking, friend, baby. Or was that kiss it? Yes.
Oh, wait.
Wait, how many licks does it
Okay.
take? Oh, I say myself.
Good save.
Leave me.
Good save.
Leave me.
Good save.
Leave me.
Good
Okay.
save. I have to think. I'm like, that is not what that word says. All
She said
right.
kiss.
Last word. Goodbye.
It's so hard to say goodbye
Okay.
to yesterday.
All right. Yeah. You got this.
I made it.
All right.
I made it.
You made it.
It was close.
That was close.
It was a close one. I
It
can
was.
hug.
Yeah.
Hug got me.
It would have had me too. I know I have a song for Hug. I wouldn't have.
That's okay, cause I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You had mentioned earlier about comfort zone.
Uh-huh.
Let's tap back into that. That was the next thing we were going to pick up on after I slightly made it through this segment.
Mm-hmm.
Still feel the shot.
You need to use it. Oof. Hey.
Okay. Get myself together. Can you expound just a little bit more on comfort zones and how to get out of them?
I think getting out of comfort zones is subjective and it's based on you as an individual. But like you really got to push yourself to get out of your way because your comfort is going to drown you. Like if you stay in your comfort zone, how are you going to grow? You have to be uncomfortable.
Well, let's back it up a bit.
Okay.
What is a comfort zone? Let's start by defining what that is and then build on that.
Okay, a comfort zone is, for example, I'm going to think of it like in a career sense. You top dog at your job, in your position, but you're so comfortable now. I don't need to go up. I don't need to be manager. I don't have to do that. I'm cool here. But you have the potential, you have the experience, you have the expertise, you have everybody pouring into you. Like, no, go for that management position. No, I'm cool here.
So it's just remaining in the familiar.
Yes.
That's what a comfort
That's
zone
what a comfort zone.
remaining in what's familiar, because you don't want to get any bigger because you like what's familiar.
You like what's familiar,
Yeah.
and you're afraid of taking risks, or you're afraid of like the rejection.
So let's take leaps this year.
Oh, for sure, we've been.
This is how we always want to have a discussion, but present a solution as well. We just don't want to bring drama to the community. Let's talk about some solutions. So one of those things that you can do is take those leaps this year. Get bigger. Don't be a big fish in a small pond. Be a big fish in the sea, in the full body embodiment out there. Like, there's so much water out there, so
Sink or swim.
sink or swim, but get out of what's familiar. It's okay to grow to the next level. And I'm dealing with that. But we're going to talk about that in another episode. So we talked about the comfort zones.
Wait, have you been faced with anything where you had to get out of your comfort zone?
Oh, right now I'm very uncomfortable.
You are?
Every day.
Why? See?
Because it's every day. There's a I can either sink or swim, like you said. I can either sit in what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, or what's happening to me, or I can continue to swim or keep getting up and staying focused. And so, as I mentioned in the pilot episode, I had the bout of homelessness, but now it's like, get up. Every day, you need to be putting in an application. You need to be active. You need to be doing this, looking for work, or doing this and this. And so I could either not do that, or I can just sit in what's familiar and then go down this bout of depression that was familiar to me for a while.
Yeah.
And that didn't serve me, and it's not gonna serve me right now. What's gonna serve me right now is having a plan
Okay.
and sticking to my plan.
Okay.
And every day I get up, I have a purpose that I'm getting up, because if I have something I'm working towards, whether I feel like it or not, I want to be persistent. I want to get that. I want to achieve that thing. And I'm not going to stop until I see that thing manifest in my hands.
Okay.
And it ain't here yet. So I got to get up and swim again.
There you go.
So that's where I'm at right now. Every day I got to get up and make it happen. What about you?
I would say getting out of my comfort zone was, quitting a job where they didn't value or respect me. And it's like, okay, do I go another 4 years? Because I had been there almost 5 years. And it wasn't that they passed me up for a promotion. It was that it was just disrespectful. Because how do you give it to somebody that's less qualified than me? And it's like, I'm good on paper, bruh, and I'm good in action. And so was I going to stay comfortable and just like, oh, okay, or was I going to get uncomfortable, walk on faith, and like let God take me, because I'm talented? And if you're not going to respect me, I'll show you about 10 of the jobs I will. And baby, when I say it's been very respectful, it's been very respectful. Next segment. Don't play with me.
Okay,
Don't
hallelujah,
play with
holla
me.
back. Hey, I appreciate you.
God is good.
I appreciate you like walking in that and
Oh, yeah.
owning that, because first, thank you. Thank you for your transparency.
Oh, yeah,
it's not easy. It's not easy to admit that, but in that lesson, what you're describing is that no, like you can't rest in that. And that's what I mean. Like getting up and swimming again. Okay, you said no, but somebody will.
Yeah.
And that was what your attitude was. And that's why you are moving towards what you want.
For sure.
And not just settling for what's familiar.
Never. I wish I would.
Big ups to you,
I wish
Ty.
I would. Thank you, T.
Yeah, so now, love language. We talked about the different types of love, but how do you like to be loved? Because we talking about how deep love is. So that's what the love language is. What's your language? What types of love do you like? What is your preference? So before we do that, we got to break it down.
Yeah, right.
Because somebody's probably listening for the first time like, what? What's a language?
Yeah.
What's a language? So we want to break it down to where anyone can understand.
Okay.
So what love languages are is how you like to be loved and how you would like to receive love. And so there's like a few of them here. There's words of affirmation. You have a preference of wanting to hear someone appreciate and admire you. Acts of service, someone doing things for you, helping you with things, assisting you with things, going out and above and beyond like you would for others, to give you some type of service of various forms.
Right.
Gifts. This can be dangerous.
Very, yeah.
Because this is where it could go back to being transactional. But
Don't
gifts,
let nobody
like,
love bomb you.
it don't. Okay, that's a story for another
circle
day.
back. Yeah, it is. Right.
There's quality time. Just spend some time with me. But not too much time. See, this is what we got to learn. Because I should be actively working in my purpose, and so should you.
Right.
If we chilling all day around each other, I don't even know who I am outside of you.
True.
And I have been through enough relationships to know now, okay? Because it takes a... Come on here.
Hey, to learn.
Come on.
Hey,
That love don't love nobody.
What?
It takes a fool.
Hey, yo, that's the Spinners if you didn't know. You
Come
know?
on now. Come on here. And, okay, so we talked about gifts. We talked about quality time. And then the next one is physical touch.
Okay.
Some people like physical touch. Physical contact makes them feel like they're connected with you. And it makes them, that's their preference. It makes them feel good. Love languages.
Okay.
So now that we've broken that down,
Uh-huh.
give me just one preference. We don't need to put all your business out there. But just a preference enough.
Preference?
Just
Okay.
give me one. What is one of your preferences
One
out
of
of
my
what we went over?
First of all, it's all of them. Love me properly. Love me all the way. But I'm going to say one, all of them. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
No laugh.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. All of them.
I'm laughing because I said the same thing.
Okay.
But I was like, if I say that, that would sound rude.
No,
Like,
all of them.
yeah.
I would say one of them for me is quality time, because your time is valuable. Your time is valuable, and we only get so much of it.
That's right.
Because that's how I translate my love too. If I'm giving you my time, that speaks volumes. And just like real quick, we're gonna plug the book. If you have, this is derived from the 5 languages, the 5 love languages by Gary Chapman. We'll also put a link to that in the description. You could, find it on Amazon, listen to it on YouTube, audiobooks. But yeah, so what about you, T? What's your one? Because we don't want all your business out
They
there.
don't want all my
Somebody
business.
want to know. They need to come seek you to find that out. So give them one. Give them one.
Hello.
Come on.
One for me would be acts of service.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Why?
like cause I'm always doing for others. Sometimes I don't realize how much I do it. But just a quick hey, T, I thought about you. Whatever it is. Oh, I saw this show. I thought you might like it. Or I know somebody who's doing what you're doing. Want to connect you. Those things, those speak volume to me.
That's crazy because you want to be loved like how you love. So you just said acts of service. So that's how you love and that's how you want to be loved. I said quality time because that's one of the ways I love and that's how I like to be loved. All of them.
All of them. But, if you're doing one kind of like a little bit more, it would be that.
Okay.
And since we talked about that, how are you spending your Valentine's Day?
That's my business.
Oh,
That's my business. Just know that I'm going to be very happy on Valentine's Day. Just know that. How are you spending yours?
I didn't even think about it.
Okay.
I put no thought to the day.
Okay.
But I was thinking about this episode, so I
Okay.
probably will be editing, and I will be pouring my love into
Hey.
making sure this video is edited, everything's together, getting everything ready, because you're going to be on me. T, where
I am.
the content at? We should have posted last week, T. And I'll be like, well, okay, I deactivated my social media, though.
Listen, we already know. Everybody know I'm not a social media person. I'm not. I don't like it.
Yo, but
I fake it till I make it, but I don't like it.
you be on my top. I'll be like, okay, let me make sure I get this done before
Okay.
Joe Jackson come around the corner.
Oh, I'm Joe Jackson now? All right. I'll take
You be
it.
giving Joe Jackson vibes, but okay. So you be on where the content at? I don't see nothing up this week. What? When we recording again? But we here, right?
We here, yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, since we in the building, we're gonna switch it back to me.
Okay.
Now, of course, because you're driving, you will not be drinking. But I have now the opportunity to do a segment of my own.
Yeah, and please drink responsibly. We should have said that before doing TWT.
I am not driving, by the way.
Yeah, please be responsible.
Yes. Okay. This segment is called Finish the Lyrics. So what I'm gonna do is I have a couple of songs queued up.
How many?
You don't.
You know I'm not
That's
a singer.
you in my business.
I'm a rap singer.
Okay. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with a few seconds of it,
Okay.
and you can either finish with the lyric or the melody.
Okay.
So even if you don't know the word, you can da 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 da. Da, 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 and now that'll suffice.
Really? Okay. All
So
right.
this one is a little bit because some of these songs gonna make you think.
How many do I have?
We're gonna start you with 2.
Okay.
All right, just to give
Just
it a
a
little
teaser?
teaser to see
All right,
what.
okay.
Okay. All right. I love you here by me. You let my love fly free. I want you in my life for all time. That's the lyric, and then I'm gonna give you the melody. You ready?
Yeah, because
I love you here by me. baby. You let my love fly free.
If you love me.
No.
No. Dang.
This is Anita
I'm
Baker's
embarrassed.
Rapture.
That was not the melody.
You can't. Yes, it
That
was.
was not the melody.
Yes,
Flag
it
on the
was.
play. Hey, flag on the play, Dre. That was not.
Did you play Twister with Ty before you got here?
That
I
was-
gave you the right lyrics.
But you
The
didn't
right
get,
melody.
But you didn't get.
I want you here by me, baby. Come on, Ty.
Okay, you did.
Come on now.
Dang, I'm embarrassed.
See, it's not easy, huh?
It's not.
It's not easy. All right, so this one right here.
Alright, let's go.
No sleep last night. Been dreaming of you. Please hold me tight, 'cause I can't help the way that I feel. All right. No sleep last night. Dun, 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 dun. Been dreaming of you. Do, 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 do. Please hold me tight. Dun, 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 dun. 'Cause I can't help the way that I feel. I just can't help the way that I feel. Go ahead, Ty. Hey, hey, hey.
You make my love come down.
Come on.
Make my
Love come down. Yeah, you did that.
Okay.
You
Give
did
me
that.
One more. I gotta redeem myself.
One more. Okay,
Moving on.
okay, we'll give it to you.
Moving on.
It's been an hour since you've been gone.
All right. My boys, Jodeci. It's been an hour since you've been
Come on here.
gone. And that's too long, so come back home. I can't hit that note. Can't live without
Can't
you.
live without you.
Hey.
So I cry for you.
Do anything.
Anything that I can to feel that touch from your hand. Sorry that I want you. Lady, what do
Come on,
I do?
cause what? You know
because
you-
you're everything I do.
You gotta hit the ooh. Hit it. What?
Ooh, yeah.
All right, do what?
Do
All right,
what you want
okay.
me to.
All right, T, you better sing.
She be putting me on command. Y'all see that? We get pimped out up here. She be like, do they know? What? What?
Like low-key, Thailand, are you a Joe Jackson?
We gonna put that.
I
Is
might.
Thailand a Joe Jackson? I'm voting yes. Please support me
Y'all better not.
and check on my welfare at the end of this.
Dang, a mirror. You gotta look in the mirror.
Yeah.
All right.
But shout outs. You hung in there.
I did. All right.
Yeah, you did. You hung in
I'm gonna
there.
be
How
real.
did you feel about that? Was that cool?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
I kept it love related.
And I should have known that's where you was going. I should have
the
known.
topic.
That was the topic of the after the Anita Baker, I'm like, okay, yeah, these are definitely love songs. But
Yeah.
you might not get a love song.
Mm.
If you come kick it with us, you might not get a love song. So be
We
ready.
might switch it up. Okay. All right. So, what is a song that defines or makes you feel love?
What's a song that oh, okay, I have two. Okay, I got two. And I gotta say them, and I gotta explain why.
Okay.
Because like you said, it's different types of love, right?
Yep.
All right, so T, you got me? 'Cause
I got
listen,
you.
I don't got the vocals, but I could take you there.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Hit him with it. Listen. Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
All right. So if you don't know, that
Yeah.
is "Adore" by Prince, and I
Yeah.
mean, like, listen to the lyrics. It says, "Until the end of time, I'll be there for you. You are my heart and I." Listen, I truly adore you. Why? Because if God one day struck me blind, baby, your beauty I will still see.
Ooh.
And he says, love's too weak to define. Love is too weak to define, baby.
Just what you mean to me.
Hey, from the first time that I saw
you,
you, ooh,
I knew you were the one
had to call you. We was rapping till the sun came up. They don't do that no more, but that's another episode too. Anyway, my next song, all right, my next love song. And that song shows me that like love is unconditional. And it's like love is, like you said, if God struck me blind, I would still see your beauty. That's how much I love you. And my love is unconditional. So that shows me that love is unconditional. My next song is Because You Loved Me by Celine Dion. Y'all tap into that too. That's a good one. And with that love, she's just saying like, you've been there for me. So it's like basically saying like, you was with me when I was sick. You was with me when I was down. Like you showed me what love was. Do you know that song, T? Because you can sing it to them for all the time. So, I mean,
I've heard it like a few times, but not enough to be
you lift me up when I was down.
You lift me up when I was down.
Yeah, when I was weak. Yeah, you was my eyes when I couldn't see.
Yeah.
You saw the best there was.
Yeah, I can't do some because that's Celine.
That's Celine.
That's Miss
You better
Celine.
tell them about
Yeah,
Celine.
put some respect on her
They
name.
sleep on Miss Celine.
Yeah.
They sleep on Miss Celine.
No, that's
All
Miss
right,
Celine
so,
got the big voice.
Adore by Prince, and Because You Loved Me by Celine Dion. Those are my those are my love songs.
Okay.
What's yours?
Okay,
There
I
was
got.
two.
I was struggling because I was getting ready for. I'm like, I knew so many songs, but one for sure.
Like, what's the deep one that just like hit
One
you
for
with
sure that
that?
hit me that I could find out because it took me a while was "Overjoyed" by Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
That song,
Oh,
yeah. Over time, I've been
You
building
gotta
my
do the thing.
castle of love. You ain't right for that. Just for two.
okay.
Yeah, though you never knew you were my reason.
Dang, T, you really can sing.
Like that was my song. Like yeah. But I didn't know he was talking. He made that for his children. But just the feeling when I heard that song for the very
The
first
feeling,
time.
right?
It was the instrumentation. It was the way he came in, the words he was saying.
Yeah.
It just felt beautiful.
That's how I felt about Adore. Like just the way he comes in, you know, and that whole song, all the runs, and
Yeah.
just like he's singing his heart out. Like,
Yes.
what's your
In the
number two?
falsetto.
In the falsetto.
Because Prince had range. Like he talked very, very low. But he can get up there in the scale.
And he can get down there.
And
like,
he can get really
deep.
low. We hear you. Come on, low register.
What's your number two? What's your number two? What's your number two?
Okay. Here and Now, Luther Vandross. That made me feel like if I got married, that was the song that I wanted to feel like when I got married. You know. So yeah. I promise to love faithfully. You're all I need here and now.
Yeah, his range is good on that song too.
Luther got range.
Yeah.
Luther got range. We need to
Of
put
course.
some respect on his vocals as
Oh,
well. Mr. Vandross.
Vandross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Legendary. But that I felt like that song just felt so like that one.
It hits you.
That one, Ribbon in the Sky, of course, you know.
I was supposed to say Ribbon in the Sky.
Yeah,
Ribbon in the Sky.
but I
for
had
sure.
a memory to that song, so I haven't been able to listen to the same without having that memory to that person. But here and now, I didn't dedicate that to nobody, so I still got that.
You remember that back in the day, dedicating songs to people?
I still do. I have songs that I like can tie into certain people. Even with you, we got songs that we got Fat Man School, we got Drop. Because that was what we kicked.
Yeah,
that's
what
a
we kicked the
new
first
thing
one.
that was imprinted.
Yeah.
They took the video down. We had to find another way to. How can we embody the music
Yeah.
into the show? Because it's still got to be a part of it, and we wanted to be sincere.
Yeah.
So, but with this method, we hope it is good.
It's cool.
It's different,
It's-
because we want to highlight that. But yes, I think that just about covers everything.
Almost.
Was there something else you wanted
No,
to add?
it was we had like two little last things, or maybe we'll touch on it in the the next episode. But how like music has changed from, you know, back in the day, like we said, saying it's a ribbon in the sky for our love.
The descriptions of love have changed.
Yeah, from like, you know, men like, you know, singing to women and like, baby, I want you to be mine, to like the just hypersexualization and like the demeaning of it. Like, one wish, like, stand outside my apartment building or my house with a boom box in the rain like Ray J. You know what I'm saying? Like,
One wish.
or like, what song was Usher when he was going to see Chili and he was in the rain going to her going
Nice
to
and
her.
Slow?
No, with Chili.
Am I tripping?
Yeah, you tripping. You got it bad when he went to her trailer and it was like pouring.
Oh
down
yeah.
rain.
Was it You Got It Bad?
You got it bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place. It's the
Yeah,
tequila.
but like, yeah. So this is just the changes, you know.
You know, if we can get musicians to start describing love, that would be a starting point. Because
Yeah.
a lot of the responses that we got, a lot of the men, I didn't tell you this as a disclaimer, a lot of them are artists.
Oh, nice.
So that's why you got so many just, what? And we gave a lot of male perspective, and that's not to say that the woman's perspective didn't matter, because we had a lot more of that. But for the sake of time, I wanted to be able to, like, yo, these men be talking. Like, big shout outs to the guys that I know, because they're really good guys. And shout out to the women.
Yeah.
Shout out to the women, because everyone's seemingly moving purposefully. And that's all I can ask
With
for.
intention.
With
you know?
intention.
Yeah.
With intention.
Okay, give me another, like, since this is like the Black love, like just love episode, give me like another love song.
Another love
Yeah,
song?
another love song. Why not? Give the people another love song. That you like. Or oh, I had one when I was thinking, like, either you could give me another love song, or like, what was your puppy love song?
Oh, puppy love.
What was your puppy
Nivea. What was it? Complicated.
Oh, complicated
That
is
was my
so
puppy love.
beautiful.
I think about us all. They dream about you all.
Love
Love
ain't always come.
complicated.
That's such a beautiful song.
Yes.
Hit us with that verse when she was like, you make me feel so
Why
beautiful.
you make me feel so beautiful when I ain't running, let you go.
Okay, yeah, that's dope.
See, you see Joe Jackson.
I am not Joe Jackson. I just like to pour out the power in
I'm
you,
cracking
I like to
up,
pour
man.
out the power in people. Like, I see your potential and I just want you to live up to it.
Oh my God.
Dang,
Okay.
If I gotta be Joe Jackson to get your potential out, then I'm gonna be Joe Jackson.
We're not gonna
At
do
least
this.
I ain't like next. All right, so my puppy love song, I would say, listen, cause I need you to hit the beat. I would say is "I Like" by Sammy. Even the way that comes in.
I like the
Yeah, just a
way
beat.
you look
Yeah.
at me.
Girl, I wish that I could spend time with you each and every day. See, quality time. Girl, I wish that I could spend time with you each and every day. Like you said, not too much, but enough.
Yeah, just enough.
Okay. All right, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. This was pretty solid, T.
I like this.
This was pretty
We
solid.
we actually were able to do the music, which thank you. Because I was
Yeah.
like trying to tread lightly and everything, but we were able to still thread it in. We highlighted everything that we wanted to highlight, and today's episode highlighted self-love, which is important.
Self-love, yeah.
The different types of love, knowing what your love language is. We really were able to go through a range of things with this
Yeah.
episode. That's
And
a
then
good
like
thing.
loving yourself, I feel like let's take like this last few minutes of us closing to like, because again our podcast is about music and mental health, the arts
That's
and
right.
mental health, and tying it in. So like, how has your mental health been, you know, this week or since the pilot? If you want to share, or if you want to give some tips, or
Yeah, no, we gonna tap in. I'm dealing with it. I had to let go of a lot of things, and that hurt because I had to let go a lot at once. So I had a storage unit when I moved back down here, so to pick up the rest of the story. And one day I'll tell the whole story, but I'll tell it in pieces, as because it's happening in real time.
Okay.
So I had to give up a storage unit. I had moved down here, got scammed out of an apartment. I had to, do the whole voucher thing. Finally found a bed. Now I'm working on getting everything set up. But then I had a storage unit, nothing to do with the storage unit, couldn't pay it, had to let it go. Then I had a dog with me, not stable enough to keep the dog, so I had to give him away. Rehome him.
yeah,
I had to rehome him.
rehome them. Okay.
So I was a mess. Like all of this was within a month. But then as I'm letting go over here, I'm in school actively. You know, I'm actively looking for more opportunities to be in the entertainment and creative spaces. That's where I want to be moving forward, making progress. But it hurts because it's all happening at once. You're releasing and then you're receiving, releasing and then receiving. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for being transparent and sharing.
Yeah.
That's. But how you been coping though? Like, what have you? Like you mentioned earlier. Like, what are you doing to cope with that? And you told people, go for a walk, go exercise. What have you been doing to?
My me time. I started with the me time. The me time is what was like everything. I go do something for me, like if it's 30 minutes, an hour, where I just go and exist by myself.
Okay.
And figure out like what I want to do, what I want to hear, without having to compromise or be mindful of other people. So I just started with the me time and just trying to do little things for myself. That's like mindful, like, yo, tap in with you, be present with you, pour back into yourself. Introducing the thought of pouring back into myself. Because that wasn't a concept that I knew. I would just go give, give, give. But now I'm like, nope, you empty. What about you?
For me, same. Like it's been rough. I'm gonna be transparent. It's been rough, and it's like really by the grace of God. So that's been strengthening me to get through what I've been having to get through. But it's like God always just sprinkles. Like, look, I got you. Look, I'm gonna send this person. You don't even know this person, and they're gonna bless you with a word, and that's your reminder to like keep pushing. Like your faith is gonna be tested, but Ty, you cannot fold, and it's so easy to want to fold. Like it is.
The pressures make you want to.
Yeah.
The running away is easy. It's the living that's hard.
Yeah. So I'm just grateful to have been like surrounded by like good friends and just good people to like lift me up. And man, like we talked about it in the last episode, like just being more transparent. So like, look, I'm drowning, and like I done got like 2, 4, or 5 life vests, and like what's the little donuts called to save you? Like, look, boom, we got you. Boom, we got you. Boom, we got you. So that's nothing but love and like God. But again, moving your body, like it's so easy to just want to sit or sleep, but you
gotta
have
get
to
up.
move. Because like another thing, we'll type into this other book, but it's a book called The Body Keeps Score. And it's basically saying, and I'm looking at my phone, you store trauma in your body. So that's why it's so important to like exercise and
move around, stretch.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I don't have no choice because I'm on public transport. So I have to move around.
Right.
I got to get it done.
Right.
So if I'm not doing that, then I'm missing school. Like I'm missing stuff that's important.
Right.
So I have to go.
Yeah, and just to plug this book for anybody that like wants to read it and tap into it, it's called The Body Keeps Score: Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma by Bessel van Dirk. And we'll put the description, we'll put the link to like where you can find the book in our podcast link. But the body really keeps score. Like you could have been in a car accident when you was like 6, but if you didn't properly process that trauma. And even if you did, like your body sometimes still reacts in certain ways. Like say if you pass that certain street that you were in, or you see the kind of car that you were in when you experienced that trauma, that's the body, keeping score. That's why you gotta exercise, you gotta breathe, you gotta have outlets to release that trauma, and you gotta talk. You have to talk. You have to talk.
Everybody got to talk.
You got to talk about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With safe people.
Yeah.
With safe people. Not somebody that's going to hold it over your head or like throw it back in your space. Somebody that's going to allow you the space to talk and, keep you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
So what we got coming up next? This was technically episode 1.
This is episode 1. So the next few episodes, we're gonna be having some guests on the show. We're working on filtering out the guests, and there was quite a few people who showed interest. So we're all just trying to make sure we can fit the right audience in with each other, and we're in process of going through the requests because we actually got quite a bit.
Yeah.
Not only did we get quite a bit, but we had such a good time at First Sunday when we went that we wanted to interview the First Sunday band, and not only that, but to just keep the vibe going, and get a couple of them on, see how they're doing, tap
Yeah.
into their world. So we'll have a couple of members dropping in from them.
For sure.
And then we'll also be some of the artists who were at First Sunday. They were a vibe, and so they tapped in. So we got quite a bit, as well as some other artists and creatives as well. So we're sorting and filtering through. We want to have some actual artists on as well, musicians and, you know, people who have an appreciation for art and wellness. If you come in from a mental health standpoint or mental health perspective, you can be here as well. As long as it's purposeful. That's the standard.
That's the standard.
And then just to plug in First Sundays. There'll be the next one coming up
Yeah, pull out your calendar. It's always on the first Sunday of the
on the
month.
first Sunday.
that's
So
wordplay.
the next
First
one
Sundays.
is then this episode will post
Before, yeah.
The next one is on the 5th of Sunday.
Fifth
the
of March.
5th of Sunday.
5th of Sunday. The 5th, the first Sunday in March, March 5th. Yeah. Don't worry. It's don't
You got me speaking in cursive.
Yeah.
But yes, and tap in. Follow Hub City J. Follow what he's doing. Follow the Hub Radio, and then tap back in for this episode because we're gonna make sure we put the links in as well. So even if you just listening on the go, and then you want to come back and then reference the material that we spoke about on here. We also want to thank everyone for tuning in to the pilot again, for being present again for this first episode. And with that being said, Ty.
Yeah, so thank you. Be on the lookout for episode 2.
Yeah.
Pack Light. Homage to Erykah Badu, you know.
Pack Light. Yeah. We're going to be going deep with that one. So with that being said, you guys have a blessed one. Thank y'all for tuning in again to the 2 T's and a Pod podcast. I go by the name of Moti, and I got my girl next to me.
Ty, be sure to take care of your mental health.
And we out.